Welcome back to Ben's garage. This time we're in Ben's garage. Just a little bit of an update for you. We've not got any car content this week and we're a bit low. Let's jimmy that up a little bit. Got some bits and pieces going on. So this is just an update video. We've got the digger back. Spot on news. Here's a little tip for you. Don't ever lend your tools out. We only lent that out. The bloke who wanted to borrow it was going to do some work on it for us, and he's changed all the bucket bushes, all the ram bushes and the pins. We've obviously provided the parts. He's done the king post and the pins all round. I'll show you when we get out there, but that's all done. He's given it a bit of a service, put a new alternator belt on it, and he's brought it back, so we're ready to go. The little tractor, fingers crossed, is going in the morning. And we've got a garage floor still. It's not flown away anywhere, so puck a ding. But it's still not, it has set, it's probably set enough to be able to drive on. It's been over a week, no.
2 weeks now?
It's just coming up to 2 weeks now, this floor's been down. We want to leave it sort of a good for 4 weeks, 30 days. We've got some floor paint, which is a nice light grey, so it'll keep it nice and bright in here. I don't think it'll be that different to the colour of the concrete, because that's really bright. You can see all the light coming up and getting me. There's a few little jobs to do in here. Well, obviously we've got the electric and the water comes up in here. Now the plan is, we've got what used to be the chicken shed out the back. It's all got a concrete floor, it's timber framed, and it's all lined out. It's got a corrugated roof. It's a corrugated roof, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Out the back and up here as well. Anyway, what we've done out there, Tina's cleaned it all out, lined all the inside of the shed with like the vapor barrier stuff, that metallic stuff, and then we've OSB'd it up the inside. So that's going to be like the garden potting shed. But what I did say to Tina was I don't really want the compressor in the garage, because if I'm in here filming and, you know, you don't want that thing keep firing up. So the plan is we've got a little window just... I don't know if that's better or not. Anyway, I'll leave it on that. I've darkened it up. That window goes through into the chicken shed, or the potting shed we should call it now, backs onto that window, and it's just been blocked up. So the plan is just to knock a hole through there. We want electric in there, we want lights, and we want a couple of power points, but we're also going to run a cable through for the compressor with a stop-start button on it, so that I can switch it on and off from this in here. Compressor's going to be in the shed outside, and we'll just run some air lines back in here. That's the plan. So, you know, we'll keep all that noise outside. We've still got this wall behind us to do. We're just going to measure it up to see how many sort of blocks we think we're going to need. We're going to need a few more extra blocks for projects outside. Is that a bee or a wasp? Get out. We need some extra blocks for bits and pieces outside, so we'll get extra. I'm not sure when we're going to get onto this, because we'll obviously need Dad's help for that, so it's whenever he's going to be ready. But what the plan is, because we need to move some stuff around in the house, we're going to start bringing some tools up into here and keep the tools in this half of the garage. And then we're going to get the Audi in here. We'll reverse the Audi in so that the bonnet's opening up, so that the light from the door shines under the bonnet. I have got lights, but and we'll get the Audi pulled apart and see if we can get to the bottom of that, get that fixed, get it all cleaned up and get that sold. We probably will have to put a CT on it, but that's not a big issue because it sailed straight through the last one. It just might need a bit of a run up the road just to get the rust off the brakes. But that's the plan for that. And then we've got another list of jobs. We've got the Panda to sort out. The TD6 is still sitting there. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get that in here. But yeah, so we'll put all the tools in that half. We'll try and leave this half clear so that we can come in and block that wall up. Once that wall's blocked up, then we'll paint that half of the garage. When that's all gone off, we'll move all the tools over there, we'll paint this half. It's touch dry, you can walk on the paint within 4 to 6 hours, and you can give it a second coat after 48 hours. So it'll just be, we'll get it done in a week. We've also ordered another little, not a bit of kit, is it really? What's going there?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I suppose so. Anyway, we've got something which is going to go just here. Something fixes on the wall, and we're going to have something sat there. What could it be? Got a fuel tank coming. Mum and Dad have got one over there that they said I can have, but it's full of diesel. What do you do with all that diesel to move the tank? And if they did empty it, we've got to lift it into the trailer, which I'm not sure how we would do that. But anyway, we've ordered a little cheap 700 litre tank, and I've also ordered an electric diesel pump, which will bolt on the wall. The pipe goes down into the tank, and it's just got like a trigger. So we can back the tractor up, or we can back the digger up, because at the moment Tina's having to sort of stand on the 3-point linkage on the tractor, balance the can, and it in her shoulder. So I sort of suggested that, and she got, good idea. so that's that. That should be coming this week, actually, the tank. So I might paint this bit of floor down here, and we'll get the tank set in place, because it's a floor standing tank. It's made out of plastic, and it is designed for fuel. And we can order red diesel in then, and it's 72 cents a litre at the moment.
Yeah, it's about 2/3 the price.
Yeah, it's around 72 cents a litre red diesel from the fuel company, and we're paying on the pumps €1.20. So it is quite a significant difference.
700 litres, that's a lot.
Yeah, so we'll fill the tank up with 700 litres. The tractor is 27 litre tank, and the digger is about 20 litres. It's going to take us a while to get through 700 litres, and over the 700, if you worked out what it would cost for 700 litres of red diesel or 700 litres of diesel from the pumps that Tina has to go and get in the can, it'll work out better. So that's the plan for that. We're going to get some tools up here, and that's pretty much about it.
Measure.
We're going to measure this wall now, and see if we can estimate how many blocks we're going to need. But then I'm going to ask Tina at some point if she'll kindly get up here and cut down these bloody fly papers.
Am I going up on the digger?
All this stuff up here, look.
You're going to lift me up.
I'll tell you what you could do, Tina. You could put your climbing harness on. We can strap you on the back of the digger, and I can pick you, you can dangle, and then just reach up and snip them off.
Yeah.
Yeah?
If I can find my harness, I think I know where it is. I actually do think I know where that is.
I think health and safety will be down on us.
There is no such thing over here, come on, in France.
Right, we're going to go and measure this wall
Sounds
now.
like it could be quite fun.
Gold. I've got tape measure, haven't I? If you take that end, I'll go as far as I can. It's only 5 metre tape, isn't it?
Yeah. It's going on this, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we're going to have to build a bit up on it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all bloody flaking out of there.
It's like everywhere.
Right, to there, it's 5 metres. So, to me, 5.6 metres.
5.6, right, okay.
5.6 metres. I don't need to shout, do I? I've got my bloody wireless microphone on. 5.6 metres in between the pillars.
We're going up how much? A metre?
Well, if we go a metre, we'll see how many bricks there's in a metre.
Look, you can see how far it is. You can see the holes.
Yeah. Right, that's a metre to there.
Right, so that's to there.
So that's
1, 2,
what?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Right, so 8.
To there.
Right, so we need to count all the way to the top. This is getting technical. So what the plan is with this back wall... Oh, God, what's she up to out there? The plan with this back wall is we're going to build up a breeze block wall, and as we go, we're going to tie it into this old wall, drill through, reinforcing. Jesus, look.
What?
It's the bloody Grim Reaper, isn't it? Good.
The happiest Grim Reaper you've ever come across.
Well, I've never met a Grim Reaper, so I wouldn't know.
You need a new handle on it.
So yeah, that's the plan for this back wall. We'll build it up, and as we go, tie it into this wall. Drill some holes through, put rods through it or whatever. But that corner there, we need to sort of tie that into here somehow. But whether we get some steel fixed into there and just come across to here, I don't know. We're making progress. We are getting there slowly but surely. Tina's making a row, so I apologise if that gets picked up on camera. She's very inconsiderate like that. Well, that won't sharpen it, will it?
No, it might get some rust off.
Oh, dearie me. So we'll go outside and we'll have a look and see what's going on out there, and I'll show you what he's done on the digger. And we've got a few jobs lined up for the old digger, but I'll put those videos over on the Mad Dog Farm channel, because this is Ben's garage. We will be working on cars fairly soon. Right, we'll see you outside. So this end of the digger is, you've got your bucket pins, which are, you can't see them, they're behind the bucket. You've got these 2 pins, which are, that's the dipper end. So they're the dipper pins. They've got brand new pins and bushes in, new bushes on the bucket pins. Then up here, where are we? Come on. There's a new, I don't know if he's done the pin or he's done the bushes in that one. He said there was a lot of play in that bush, but I think he's put bushes in it. I don't know. Anyway, he's put shims in it because there was a lot of play in it. He said there's still a bit of play in it, but that one up there was all right. And then we go over here. I think that one was okay, but the one underneath, that's had a brand new pin, new bushes. That was quite bad, the play on that one. So now we'll move. He's put a new pin in there. That's a new pin in there. And then in there you've got your king post. That's had new bushes, new pins. There's a pin comes in from the bottom, one goes down from the top. That's all been replaced. So that's a good job done. And that's the only reason we lent this out, because he said he could do those jobs and he's done it. He's an ex-engineer. He's done some other bits. He's done some work on the, changed the oil, put a new alternator belt on it. Other bits and pieces. The tracks were a bit tight. That was probably our fault, because when one of the tracks came off, I was stuck down in the bottom there. Dad and Tina managed to get the track back on, and we pumped it up so it adjusted the things out. The tracks were a little bit tight. So he's just slacking them off a little bit. We've got a little bit of a hydraulic leak underneath. He said there was a pipe that was sort of just chafing, and it's weeping. It's not squirting out, it's just weeping. So that's that. And there's a little bit of a diesel leak, which I can look into. So now we'll get all my tools up in the garage. I could just reverse the digger in there, have it swung around so that the engine's hanging over the tracks, and I can get in there and play about with that. Glad to have it back. I'll say normally we've done it before. We've lent tools out, and They never come back in the same condition. People say, oh yeah, I'll look after it. They don't. They just, you know. But some people bring it back in better condition than it's left, which this time, it cost us 600 quid in parts, but it saved us a lot of labour. I could have done the bucket pins, no problem, but the king post, he had lifting gear to take the weight of the arm. We'd have had to strip the arm all the way down, and you know, so that we could manhandle the components. But luckily, we didn't have to get to that. That's all done. So the plan is we've got quite a few jobs to do with this now. We've got to dig the trench from the garage to the house to get the power and the water on in the garage. We've got a floor in the house that we want to rip all the floorboards up because all the joists are rotten. We're going to concrete that. But in order to do that, we need to get all the hardcore away from the house because we're going to use the hardcore in there to build the floor up. And we've got a few other jobs for the digger as well. And then once we've used it, it's up for sale. This little thing behind me, hopefully going tomorrow. I'll just quickly show you that, and there you go. With the finishing mower in bits. As you know, we've bought the other tractor. You can see that over in the background. This tractor was good, but it's just not man enough for the land we've got. We needed something a bit more powerful, a bit more modern. This tractor's perfectly fine. It's got the Mitsubishi KE85 two-cylinder diesel engine. It's 16 horsepower. It's got 9 forward gears, 3 reverse gears. It's got a 3-speed PTO. It's got the 3-point linkage on the back. It's 2-wheel drive. It's got diff lock. You know, it's a fantastic tractor. It's just surplus to requirements. With the finishing mower, all it needs is new bearings, but I started stripping it down because obviously we was going to sell them separately or whatever. But we've got a good price on the tractor, so I've said to him, if you want the mower, you can have it in the state that it's in. It just needs new bearings, easy job to do. I've already stripped it down, so that's half the job for him. But he said, yeah, he said if it goes with the tractor, I'll have it. So he's coming for that tomorrow morning. He's not haggled on the price yet. He might do when he sees it. But as it stands, we'll make money on this because we're looking to get a little bit more than what we paid for it. There you go, Mother. There's one thing gone. She does keep saying that the place is beginning to look like a scrapyard. It's not a scrapyard, it's a collection of items that might come in useful one day. I've got a few bits and pieces here for my cousin to fix up. I've got the chainsaw that runs backwards. I've got that to sort out. I've got his strimmer in there. And when he dropped that off, he dropped off this little thing. And that's a Honda F250 rotavator. It's got a 2-speed gearbox on it. There's probably not a lot wrong with it, but I'm going to get it pressure washed off. And it looks like the coil might need changing because somebody soldered on a bit of wire and took the end of the spark plug off, wrapped the wire around it and screwed it back on. It probably does the job, but it's not ideal. We'll get all that sorted out, and it'll probably start up first time. You know, get some fuel in it, have a bit of a clean out. They bought a house, and I don't know if the husband had died. He'll correct me if I'm wrong. And the old girl was still living there. She died, and then the daughter inherited it. So a lot of this machinery that they had at the house hasn't been used for a long time. I fixed his ride-on mower for him. It looked like somebody had been playing with that, but they didn't really know what they were doing. We ended up put a new battery on it, got it fired up. There was petrol leaking out of it. So I just put a brand new carburetor on it because it was either that or buy a rebuild kit, or you might as well just have a brand new carburetor. You know where you got what you got then. Did all that, got it running, but it wasn't charging, and it looked like it had a new regulator, rectifier or whatever it's called, bolted onto it. But there wasn't a voltage coming out of the. They got on those Briggs and Stratton engines. They got like a ring inside the flywheel, which is your generator basically, and you have one wire come out of it. Different models have got different amount of wires and stuff. So he brought it over here, and I've got a Briggs and Stratton flywheel puller, but I was having a hell of a job trying to get the flywheel off. Got it all stripped down to the flywheel. Anyway, we got it off, fitted it on, fired it up, and it's as good as gold. So, you know, someone had been playing with it but not fixed it correctly. Anyway, that's all sorted, so I've got a couple of these other bits to fix for him. We're whittling down this junk. We've got a big pile of scrap over here. I think when my cousin's back over, he's got a load of scrap he wants to take and go and weigh in at the scrapyard. He'll probably borrow our trailer for that. And I did mention to him that we'll get the flower mower loaded up and weigh that in as well. We'll take the engine off it. We'll keep the engine. I've got a bit of a project coming up for that engine. I won't say too much about that, but because it won't be happening anytime soon, because the old project list is quite long, and that's nowhere near the top. But yeah, so the flower mower, we're just going to weigh it in. There's no point even trying to sell it, because it is the biggest pile of junk going, basically. I've fixed it, I've welded it up. The welds keep breaking. They don't break on the fresh metal that I'm putting on. They're breaking on the actual flower mower, so I think it's just really bad Chinese steel. The welds just don't. I've really cranked the welder up to try and really penetrate into it, but it's just not having it. But it could just be my welding. Anyway, we're going to weigh that in for scrap, and that'll be another piece of junk out of the way. But we're getting there, slowly but surely, and I just apologise that we're stringing you along quite a bit. It's been a long time coming, this garage, from when I first started putting videos out about it. Yeah, we've got a new garage, this, that and the other. It's getting there, finally taking shape. I'll say Thursday, I think we're going to start bringing some tools up, and then we're going to get the Audi in there, and we're going to make a start on the Audi. I'll do a little mini series on the Audi, because we've got to take all the front end off. It's got two intercoolers on the Audi, one either side, and the pipe work all goes between. There's loads of pipes. We need to find out what's gone bang, whether it's a pipe or one of the intercoolers. Obviously fix that, and then rectify the fault that caused it, basically. Because when I plug in the code reader, it says turbo overboosting. Now it's got the variable vanes on the turbo, so I'm hoping that I can just do the old Mr. Muscle trick and clean that out and get it working again so we can sell it. If not, I'll have to put another turbo on it, which I think, looking at eBay, I can get a turbo for about £250, give or take. So yeah, that'll be coming along very soon, because we want to get that gone and move on with some other projects. So just a little update today, and that's about all I've got to tell you until we get cracking on with some other stuff. So I'll check back in with you lot next week. Hopefully I'll have a Range Rover video or two. I've got some plans in the pipeline for the old Range Rover videos, and it's just getting around to doing them. You'll understand why when we finally do them. But yeah, thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up. That really helps, pushes our videos up. And from me and the Hobbit, I think she's over there somewhere watering the garden. It's bye for now.